Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Java with Janine. I know it's been a long while since I've done one of these. It's been a little busy. We are going to start trying to get out at least a couple Javas every month, plus a webinar, plus some other things that we're going to be sending out. So be sure and look for those things. And we're trying to send out at least in 1 or 2 emails a week. Some is just general information, and then some more specific. And then I'm trying to put some humorous things in there too, because we know finances are pretty dry. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the market because it is now towards the end of July. So we've had this entire year to kind of catch up on we know what the market did last year, and it ended very, very well. So how's it actually done this year? I'm going to share my screen a little bit here so you can see. Well, hopefully I can see, and here we go. So what I want to look at and talk about today is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is just 30 companies. I know we talk about this a lot, but it's the number that everybody sees in the news. So if you follow day to day today, it's pretty, it can be pretty unnerving because it's up and down, just like a roller coaster. So it's very easy to get myopic and scared because the news media is constantly predicting doom and gloom, and there's going to be a correction, maybe not. And so what I want to do is let's pull out, let's say to the 10,000 foot level, or maybe the 5,000 foot level, because that's only year to date. When you go year to date, well, look where we started. This is back at 30,391. So we're 5,000 points ahead from here, or from the beginning of the year to now, which is pretty significant. So the thing to remember is when they talk about a correction in the market, it can be 1%, 5%, 10%. Well, 10% on a 35,000 point market is not as drastic as a 10% on a 3,500 market. Or remember about 10 years ago, and we'll look at that potentially. You can go back about 5 years. There was a time when the market was below 10,000 in terms of the Dow. So now it's at 35. Is that a real number? It is, because your portfolios are showing that. So if you go back, let's go back 1 year, 1 full year. So year to date, not year to date, going back to last August. Now we know we had the downturn, and we'll look at the 2 or 3 years in a minute. But here's August. So the market jumps up, down in November, right before the election. And then it's climbed up significantly since then. We'll look at this number back in August. We're at 26,000 back then. So we're up nearly 10,000 points from last year. That's a pretty big climb. So things are coming back. And again, remember, the businesses that were hurt so much last year were the mom and pop businesses and individual, small business owners in particular. The large publicly traded companies were not as badly hurt. They have, even I know there were several pennies companies that closed, depending on locations. They weren't getting the numbers in the, depending on the state. But for the most part, it was small businesses that were hurt pretty badly, which, by the way, is the main provider of jobs out there in the communities. So anyway, but just remember that when you're looking at the market or you're listening to the news, and probably a lot of you kind of turned it off because it's always negative, but here's the big drop. So we were at 29,000 when we had the big drop last February. It plunged, and then it's come back completely and beyond. So the point here is, don't get too caught up in day to day or even week to week, because the market always moves based on the news at hand. And again, unless somebody's predicting news, it's still not going to move. And when the market does move, it's built in this pricing. Everything that is known at the time is built into the pricing of stocks and bonds. So I just wanted to do a quick refresher on that so people don't start panicking, because as we get into the fall, there are always pundits that talk about the correction in the fall. And we did have that a few years back. December was a pretty bad year in 2018, if you recall. So just keep your hats on, keep everything straight and narrow, and stay disciplined with your investing strategies. And if you have any questions at any time, you're absolutely welcome to give us a call, and we'll get on a Zoom call. And if I'm in Maryland, I was in Maryland a couple of weeks ago, and the schedule got pretty full, so that's a good thing. I'll probably be back in September and hoping to do a client event. So, be looking for all the emails and the next webinar to come out, and we'll keep you posted. Have a great day.